Shalawam, shalawam. Share the live out real quick. Alright. Shalawam, shalawam. We're gonna get into this one in a minute. Alright, facing the east towards Jerusalem. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well and sincerity taught us this truth. And shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect. 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. My sweater's out the way, man. Alright. It's your brother Yerami Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Alright, and that's the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah. Yah means he, Hawa means to be or to exist. Alright, Bahasham means in the name. Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, means he is salvation, he delivers, he saves. And once again, Bahasham in the name, and then Rakah Kadash. Kadash means holy. Rakah means spirit. So the Holy Spirit. And man, we gotta address this real quick. Your name is Jacob has Yahawah, but you're saying Happy Easter, brother? Come on, bro. Oh, okay. Say if the heathen. I'm like, don't even say that shit in here. I'm like, what you on? Happy Easter. There ain't no Happy Easter. We don't even get reference to these wicked holidays, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at the screen and I saw Happy Easter. I'm like, hold up. But shalom to you, okay? But yeah, this lesson is going to be entitled, Loyalty is not a one-way street, right? Loyalty is not a one-way street, okay? So it's like you want something from Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and hey, you gotta do your part, right? So I want to start in John, the 1st chapter. And I honestly forgot it was a pagan holiday, you know. You be forgetting certain things like that, because the only reason I really remember it because I was going to eat somewhere today, and they was closed for Easter, and I was like, oh damn, you know, it's all good. All right, 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of power, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So to love him is what? To keep his commandments, right? So in love, love is what? Is synonymous with trust, with loyalty, with security, with somebody being there. You can trust that this person's going to be there because they love you, so they're going to be there. So they're going to be loyal to you, right? At the end of the day, you know? So kind of keeping commandments and laws, yeah. So you're going to trust that they're going to do that. So Yahawah wants the same exact thing with you. If you love him, you have to keep his laws and commandments and statutes, right? So it's that loyalty. And this is what we are being tested upon. Okay? Let's get refined thee, not with. Let's get Zechariah 13 and 9, and then I want to go get another one. And I will bring the third part through the fire. This is the 1/3, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi is my power. So all of the 1/3, all of the 144,000, all are going to have that loyalty towards Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. We have been tested. We have been put through a fire, a refinement situation, a purification situation, right? We have been cleansed of our flaws, of our bad habits, right? Another one. Whereas refined, we're not with silver. Looking for, not that one. Well, Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, that's it, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction, right? And that furnace of affliction is this judgment place, this place of judgment, okay? Regardless, these captivities, being humbled, being meek, getting humbled, going through trials, going through temptation, testing our loyalty, right? So before you marry somebody, right? Ain't no such thing as love and first sight, man. You have to prove it. If you a brother out here, you stumble, you in the club and you see a girl and you just like, oh, let's get married tonight. You's a fool, man. Let's get married tonight. No, that's not it. No brother should be doing that shit, right? You have to test her. You have to prove her. Her loyalty has to be proven over time, you know? Let's go to Revelations 14th chapter. Let's start at the top. And I looked, and lo, a lamb, Yahawashi, stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So these men, right, they're going to know the name. They're going to, that right there is a signal, that's a mark that they are loyal, right? It's been known, it's shown that they are loyal. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, Yahawashi, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto power, and to the Lamb, Yahawashi. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of power. So I want to key in on two words, you know, because this whole, what we just read is they proved their loyalty. They proved that they was true to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi.
Strong's G 3933. Parthenos. Parthenos.
Parthenos, and this is the version in the Greek. A virgin, a marriable maiden. So when back in the old days, you know, you getting a woman, right? You want to make sure that you got the flower of her age, right? That she hasn't been took before. That's a marriable maiden, okay? She hasn't, no man has went into her. So that's a virgin. And more so it's a young lady, all right? But also for marriage purposes, you want to be the only man ever to go into her. She's not defiled, right? So we cannot be defiled, meaning we can't be messing with all these other different doctrines, because what does that do? A man can't have two masters. It messes and corrupts your loyalty. So you cannot corrupt your loyalty. If you still trusting in money to save you in these times, you trusting in your job, and you're not seeking Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi. You're seeking your everyday job that you go to, your 9 to 5. And you're putting your strength in that. Right? We're putting our strength in Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi. We do these mediocre tasks because we have to do it to endure, to get through. But at the end of the day, man, we want to leave. We want to get up out of here. I'm going to get that for you. Hebrews 12 and 6. This is Hebrews 12 and 6 from the brother Nakaf. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. You got to go through that fire. That's it, being refined. So you have to go through that trial, that fiery trial. Don't take it as a strange thing. You have to go through that to get what? To be proven. Your loyalty has to be proven. You know? And a lot of men will fold and break in that. All right, so I want to go back to Revelations 14 and 5. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of power. Let's get that word guile.
Strong's G 1388. Dallas. Dallas.
Dallas. And guile means craft, deceit, guile. So trickery, manipulation. They're not sincere. Their intentions are wrong. They may look like they're doing the right things, but their intentions are off, right? They're doing it for filthy lucre's sake, for fame, for different reasons, man. You know, not the proper reasons, all right? The flies, I'm not inviting nobody up right now, so you can hold on. Maybe at the end of the lesson, I might bring somebody up, but I'm teaching right now. All right, so these men will have no guile in their mouth. So nobody can say they're what? They're blameless men. They're blameless men. They're perfect men. Okay? At the end of the day. All right? So I want to take that. Let's go to trust. This is Psalms 44 and 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Once again, we are putting all our trust in Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi. Our loyalty is towards him. It's not towards carnal means. It's not towards money. It's not towards, a C-hip. These things, our peers, the 2/3, our fellow Israelites, they're going to put their trust in these things and try to use these things to get up out of the persecution that Esau is bringing upon them, right? But we're going to trust in Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, because that's where our power lies, all right? At the end of the day, okay? I'm not answering questions right now, brother. I'm actually teaching a lesson, okay? If you continue, just chill, bro. Just chill, all right? This is not no Q&A. The title of the lesson is Loyalty is not a one-way street. That's the subject. Okay? Be in order. All right? So you have to prove your loyalty. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So this temptation is to try your loyalty. Or you say you a man of Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, put them cigarettes down. All right? Put that bottle down. Stop over drinking. All right? Put these loose women down. Stop messing with all these. Stop being a whoremonger. Right? Yeah, men can have multiple wives, but it's a such thing as a whoremonger, where you using this truth as a reason to take all these wives. Right? Or you just bouncing from this and bouncing from that and doing this and doing that. And then a whoremonger, his spirit is you're bringing all this other type of stuff in you. Right? And it goes down, it seeps into your doctrine, where you're messing with all this other type of stuff. But so this stuff branches out. You have one sin that you got that you're messing with. That's going to branch out to other sins, right? How we talked about that engine light the other day, right? Where it's going to lead to other problems, to the point where eventually you're not going to have a car. You're going to be broke down. So you have to correct these issues when they arise, you can't just let them build because what? It destroys your loyalty. Right? Let's get the two masters because we quoted it. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi wants 100%. As they said, they used to tell us in school, I need your undivided attention. Your undivided attention needs to be towards Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? This is Luke 16:13. No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve power and mammon. So you can't serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and money. Okay? So look at it, man. We are under persecution. We under captivity. We hate this one. We hate Esau, Edom. We hate this one, right? You know? So we are seeking and yearning for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Because this, what we used to be under, because we used to be under this system when we was living in the world. We used to seek after it. We used to put our faith into it, going after the American dream, that white picket fence. All right, I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna get this promotion. I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna get this. You know, that was it. What's after that? And then you live. You get 60, you get 70, and then you wither away and die. Hey man, it's a beautiful life, I guess, for most people in this country. But for us, we seek higher. We put our affections above. Okay? So we know it's more to come for us, man. The inheritance. This is Galatians. Nah, not Galatians. Salakia. Affections. Put your affections above. Affections above. Let me find it. Right here. Colossians 3. And let's start at the top. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, because you're in a new man. You've risen with Hamashiach. Right? You're new man. You're changing. You're reformed. You're looking at things different with a different perspective. Not with that same old NIGGA perspective that you used to look at life with. Okay? If you then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of power. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So you are beginning to transition. When you first come into this thing, you are beginning to transition, having a mindset towards Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So a heavenly mindset, a 144,000 type mindset. What is that called? That's called putting on the elect. Your mindset is changing, right? And brothers, your mindset 4 years in, 5 years in should be totally different from when you was 1 year in the truth. You should be far more deeper and far more better at resisting Satan, resisting these temptations, at analyzing and discerning certain things that are thrown at you. Automatically, you looking, okay, this is a test. Automatically, I got it. It's a test. Boom. Let's go. The why do Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? You know, so, because you grow. If you're not growing, if the experiences, or if you're not growing from what you're going through, then you're not listening. You're not listening, right? You should be leveling up. It's like Dragon Ball Z, man. How you still a Super Saiyan 1? You should be a Super Saiyan 2 by now. You've been training. You've been fighting. You've been fighting the villains and things of that nature, but you're not leveled up yet. Your power level is too low, you know? So we have to continue to grow. Verse 3, for you are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in power. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory. So our reward, once again, is above. Our affections are set above. It's like we got a secret stash that nobody knows about, right? And we just keep putting money in it. We just keep putting, keep depositing. So in Jacob's trouble, we're going to be able to go into that secret stash. Nobody can touch it, though, because it doesn't moth, it doesn't wither away. All right, our treasures are built up in heaven, that secret stash. So we're going to be going to it. And what? That secret stash was built off of loyalty. It was built off of trust. It was built off of faith. we were loyal to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So let's talk a little bit about Yahawah being loyal to us, because loyalty is not a one-way street. So let's go to Jeremiah, the 31st chapter. And let's start at 27. You already know where I'm going with this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah. So this is a future prophecy. This is to come to pass. The days shall come. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass, just like as I have watched over them, to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict. So I will watch over them to build and to plant, saith Yahawah. So what happened to us, right? We broke that loyalty, so we got broken down. Because if you are disloyal, if you are dishonest, you broke the trust in the marriage, I got to let you go. I can't be dealing with a woman that's not trustworthy. I can't trust you to watch the kids. I can't trust you to take care of my house when I'm gone, right? I can't be in that insecure type of environment. Because I'm all the time over my back, I'm thinking, what is she doing? You know, I caught her cheating last week. What is she doing right now? So you automatically thinking like that. You know, Yahawah don't want to be in that situation with us. What are my Israelites doing? What are my kids doing? Oh, they down there being disobedient again. So that loyalty is, man, that's key. To have loyalty. Even on a minuscule level, like when you dealing with a woman in a relationship. Look at that. Right? So think about yourself being that woman towards Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Do you want to be a problem to the Lord? Right? No, you don't. So do what you're supposed to do. Be loyal. Right? Verse 29. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. And let's get a precept for that last one, Ezekiel 33. And every man dieth for his own sin. One second. No, I'm doing a lesson. Okay. All right, come get it. Man, Salakia, I do not see it right now. Oh, right here. The water. All right. Verse 20. Yet ye say the way of the Lord is not equal, O ye house of Israel. I will judge you, everyone after his ways. Ezekiel 33 and 20. So basically, you know, hey, your deeds, the deeds that you put forth is what you're getting judged based upon. So the law, the justice system of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is not corrupt, and you can never say it's corrupt. You can never say that this judgment, you know, is unfair. Like Esau's law system, where you do something and you're innocent of the crime, but you still have to serve 20 years or something like that. It's not like that. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi sees all and he knows all. So you are judged based upon your deeds. You truly get what you put in. You truly get that those treasures that we are talking about, right? So let's go back. Jeremiah 31 and 30. Read it again. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity, judged off your deeds. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So the days come. This is coming. We are not in it already. Okay? Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith Yahawah. That's why, we was talking about the husband analogy, all right, and the wife analogy. Okay, so hey man, Yahawah was heartbroken with us, even though it's supposed to happen. It was ordained to happen. But, it's no pleasure in us perishing and us going off. It is never no pleasure in seeing your son or your daughter go off. Never no pleasure, right? We don't like beating our kids' ass. We don't like to do that. But we have to do it because we have to correct them. But we don't like for our kids to feel pain, How much more the Heavenly Father, right? If he wants us to do right. He did not create death, as the scriptures say, right? We was created to be what? Immortal. Man was created to be immortal, right? Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahawah, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So that's what I'm talking about, that loyalty. Yahawah is loyal to those that do what they're supposed to do. He's going to meet the end of his bargain. He's going to meet what he said. He's going to do what he's required, what he has, his word. His word is bond, right? So he's going to meet us on that agreement, and there's no doubt about it. So we got to do what we're supposed to do, and he's going to meet us right there. He's going to be right there waiting for us, man. Verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. So for you people that say we in the new covenant, why are you still teaching? Why are you still teaching fellow Israelites, your neighbors, right? You're not in the new covenant, okay? And that, we don't even have to touch on that. That's silly. To me, it's silly. And every man his brother, saying, Know Yahawah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them, from the 2/3, the least, right, unto the greatest of them, to the 144,000. Okay? And that's what? That's also showing levels, ranks in the kingdom. Ranks, levels. All right? Based upon loyalty. You can't say that a 2/3 brother was as loyal as a 144,000 brother. No, don't lie. Right? So for you wacky-tacky Christians out there, you have a problem actually being realistic and saying that, that it's people out here that actually love the Lord more than other people. People out here that have a higher measure of faith, a higher measure of understanding. Right? Stop being realistic. Lord loves everybody. That's not true, man. Right? He loves those that loves him. He hates the sinner. All right? So it's rank in the kingdom. It's a proper order system. So for you people to say it's not rank in the kingdom, you don't understand order. It has to be rank for it to be order. All right? And with that being said, Yahawashi is, right there. And then Yahawah is above. That's rank. That's order. Yahawah, Yahawashi, King David, the apostles, and then the 144,000. Then the 1/3. Then the 2/3. Right? So let's keep it going a little bit more in this. Thus saith Yahawah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars, even the moon, the stars, the lights, the stars, the animals, these things, they follow a certain order. Right? For a light by night, which divideth the sea, when the waves thereof roar, Yahawah of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahawah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So if the sun and the moon stop listening to the Heavenly Father, then boom, we gonna cease being. So it's never gonna happen. Has the sun stopped rising from the west? Right? From the east, Salakia. The sun rises in the east. Land of Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. Right? Has the sun stopped rising? Has the moon stopped coming out? Has the stars stopped coming out in the sky? Right? No. So these ordinances are continuing. Therefore, the nation of Israel is still loved. It's still going to be took care of by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So his loyalty is not gone. It's not done. He didn't break away. He loves us. Right? Let's go to Isaiah 45:17. Matter of fact, start at 4. We're going to get 4 and then we're going to go down. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girdled thee, though thou hast not known me. That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. That's them ordinances that we talking about. So he's saying, hey, don't the sun come up every day? Don't the moon come out? Right? Don't my orders, don't the celestials prove that I did this? Right? That there is none beside me. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawah, do all these things. And then jumping down to 17, all right? But Israel shall be saved in Yahawah with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So the entire nation, right? And Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will be loyal to us, right? Now, some have to feel it on this side. You have to feel nukes. You have to feel, all type of persecutions and torture and stuff like that because you disobeyed Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You didn't want to turn back to him when you had the doors of mercy right there in front of you, right? When the counsel was right there in front of you, you didn't want to turn back to him. So you wanted to take the harder way versus, well, in your mind, you may have thought it was the easier way because you put your loyalty in a C-hip. You put your loyalty in mammon. You put your loyalty in women and Esau. Right? You put your loyalty in Satan versus Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So you may have thought it was the easier way, but actually it was the harder way and the more painful way. Right? So 2/3 of our people will have to feel that. But 1/3 of our people will go through that straight gate, man, and be protected and be took care of because they showed loyalty towards Yahawah. So he showed loyalty back to them. So loyalty is not a one-way street. You show loyalty, he's going to show loyalty. You show love, he's going to show love. You're meeting each other. Yahawashi wants you to meet him there, right? This is a part of faith with the works because faith without works is dead. So you have to show some action. Faith is, I always say, man, faith is an action word. Hey, and the water to the moderators, man. Y'all getting these bug outs out here. Y'all getting them out of here quick. The water. All right. So, that's pretty much the lesson. All right. Just wanted to show a little bit of we have to show loyalty towards Yahawah, and he will show loyalty towards us back. So it is this and the water Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for the covenant, for him sending us his ordained sacrifice to protect us, to redeem us, because he cares about us. At the end of the day, he cares about us. We are the apple of his eye. He cares about us. Think about that. Really, really say it at night. That he does. And that's a beautiful thing to be cared about, right? So you have to care about. You don't treat somebody wrong that cares about you, man. Right? This person cares about you, right? And that's the Father, man. This is Psalm 17:8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. Right? So, that's what we pray. That's what we hope. And we are his apple, in his eye. Precious is the death of his saints. It's a precious thing for us to be even touched. Thou shalt not touch thy anointed. It's a precious thing. That's why you have angels that encamp around. You have angels that watch over us. Why would he send angels to watch over us if he doesn't care about us? Do you protect cargo that's not precious? Right? Do you give the spirit to those that you don't care about? Do you reveal stuff to people that you don't care about? No. It's revealed to us because we are important. Okay? He wants us to get it. Those that he's dealing with. He chastened us, as the brother put earlier, he chastens us to refine us so that we can get it and understand it even more. Let's get the brother precept. Romans 8:28. Romans 8:28 coming from the brother Yasharahla, Shalawam. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love power, to them who are the called according to his purpose, right? So that's what? That's loyalty. All things work together for good. That means all things. That means chastising. That means the temptation. That means the trials, the tribulation, whatever you're going through, it's working together for good. You may have a problem paying attention, so Yahawah will push you through a situation to make you focus more, right? And you might hate that situation while you're going through it, but on the latter end of it, the end of it, the reward is your attention is more towards him. Sometimes he got to, take you through this and break you down and then build you back up. That's what gold is, how gold is refined. The impurities. How else are you going to get your impurities poured out? All right? You got to clean yourself. Okay? Yeah, get this guy up out of here. Grapes. Alright, so man, that's pretty much it, man. I get that Malachi 3:16-17, and we wrap it up. And the water for all you brothers and the precepts. Malachi 3:16-17. Then they that feared Yahawah spake often one to another, and Yahawah hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahawah and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith Yahawah of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth power and him that serveth him not. Right? So that's speaking about the elect. Right? A set apart group, a remnant, okay, that he's dealing with. So he's not dealing with everybody. He's dealing with those that are loyal, those that truly love him, those that seek after him diligently. All right, man, let me get that. One of my favorite precepts, Ecclesiasticus 18:14. He that have mercy on them, he have mercy on them that receive discipline and that diligently seek after his judgments. So those that seek him night and day. I've been listening to a lot of Ray Charles, man. Seek him night and day, okay? So you got to seek him night and day, all right? At the end of the day, those are true servants. You cry out loud. You have no problem crying out loud and standing boldly for Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You're not ashamed of it's a lot of people out here ashamed of the Lord, if we being honest. Okay, it's a lot of individuals that are ashamed of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You might know the name, but you don't care to proclaim it or confess it, right? You don't want to stand on it. Therefore, he won't stand on your behalf. If you deny him, he's going to deny you. You're not loyal. Investigate yourself, man. Examine yourself. Are you one of those? You don't want to be one of those, right? So at this point in time, I'll take any questions, man, for about 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up, And Shalawam to you brothers and sisters that's up in here. All right, I see you, Yahweh, Shakwaya, Shalawam, Endure All, Yakanana, Amataza, Nakaf, 144 Kasap. Hey, Shalawam, I'm glad you took the advice, man, and took the, hey, you know what we talked about. Shalawam, Shalawam. Truth 777, Shalawam, man. Good to see you up in here. All right, I hope the lesson was edifying to you. Okay. So if any questions on anything, I'll answer it right now. If not, we could wrap it up. All right. So I don't see nothing. So we can get up out of here. All right, facing the east towards Jerusalem. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. And shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. Shalawam, shalawam. All right, this has been hopefully an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. As always, Kwam Yasharahla, rise Israel, and a Baba Bar to this wicked kingdom. May this bitch fall soon, man. Shalawam.